Welcome to the Relentless podcast. I'm Scott Manzi, joined by head coach Darnell Haney. Dolphins coming off a 2-0 road swing. I'd say that's a pretty good week, wouldn't you say, Coach?
Absolutely. It's a tough trip to go up, and it's a 5-day trip to play 2 games because of travel. But it's really good to come home with two victories.
Got a win against Kennesaw State to open things up on Saturday. That's a 93-83 win up at the Convocation Center. Turn around on Monday in the Music City and defeat Lipscomb 73-64 up in Nashville. And you used a little bit of different type of efforts. Man, it felt like Saturday's win was just a true team effort, balanced scoring, a lot of different players chipping in for you in winning that one. Is that how you viewed it?
I really did. I thought a lot of different players stepped up for us and came to play. We had to dig deep and come together and get some stops laid, and we were able to score a high number because we were able to get to the basket and get to the free throw line. So I was proud of them for that, and then again I was proud of them for getting the W at Lipscomb as well.
You feel like your team is at a point where it's able to take advantage of those opportunities when they get fouled late in games, try and put games away?
I think so. I think it's always a work in progress, but I think we've done it enough now so they know the importance of it. I'm not pleased with how we shot at Kennesaw. We could have done a little bit better as far as from the free throw line, but we made up for it at Lipscomb, making the bulk of our free throws at Lipscomb.
Yeah, you make a lot of free throws, jump out early on the Bisons, and on a team like that, how important is it to just kind of set the tone early on, especially when a team at home might be feeling frisky, might feel upset-centric, and to let them know, hey, listen, no, we're not going to let you hang around in this one.
It's what we do. It's who we are. We want to go at you, and we're going to go at you, hopefully, for the duration of the game. That's what we do, is who we are, and that's who our kids are. That's what we recruit, and that's what we want to be like. That's who I am.
How did you all handle? You mentioned the long trip and the way the league is set up right now, odd number of teams. It used to be like this all the time, but very rarely now are you on the road for long stretches in these weekends with how the schedule is. How did you approach it?
I just think we wanted to make sure that they got the proper mental rest. I think it's important with travel. You're on the bus and then you're on a flight, and I just wanted to make sure that they got the proper mental rest after games and enjoy the victory and prepare for the next game like we did. So what we ended up doing is after we left on Friday, and on Friday we go up, we practiced at Kennesaw, and of course, we played the game, and then we left a little bit after the men's game, about halftime of the men's game, and headed up to Nashville. We drove up there, and once we drove there, we got settled. They had the rest of the day, of course, to take care of themselves and get treatment and do everything and rest in the hotel, and then we got back to preparation mode on, what is that, Sunday?
Yeah.
So we get back in preparation mode on Sunday. Study hall, they're doing the nuts and bolts of the things that's in this program, and then we practiced Sunday, and then we played on Monday. So and then after the game, we won the game, and after the game, the next day we traveling again. We coming back on Tuesday.
A long trip
on the
there.
Flight. So it's a trip that it's a good time for us to bond, and a good time for the girls to kind of just continue to hold on and stay together.
Well, luckily the next two are both at home in the friendly confines of Swisher Gym. You had a player that was honored by the league this week for her performance as well. Jada Perry earns Newcomer of the Week, and she's a newcomer, not a freshman though, had basketball experience under her belt coming in. What do you feel that Jada has brought to this program, and especially what she was able to accomplish this past week for you?
I just think Jada's effort on the defensive end was phenomenal this weekend. I think she did a great job rebounding. You know, Shalonda's been out with an ankle. So her having to play 5 and battle against some of the bigger kids in the conference and battle against, and she can guard 1 through 5. I mean, she's like a Swiss Army knife. She can guard 1 through 5. When she's finishing, she's one of the best finishers in the conference. And as far as defensively, She blocks shots, she rebounds, she gets steals. She does everything for us defensively, and she's kind of the anchor in the back of what we do when she's in there. So I was proud of her for doing that because she didn't have some. She had a couple of games before this where she didn't perform as well as her potential allows, and I think she met she met her potential this week.
Where is your team health-wise right now? You're without a couple of players this past weekend, able to get the wins regardless, but things are about to get a little tougher on the schedule with two of the top teams in the conference coming up. How are a couple of those players on their way back?
Yeah, we working to get them back. They're on the way back, and um, regardless, we're gonna come to play. I think, and I told Mo this before. We have right now we got 14 players that are active that can play. We had 15, and then one is out with an ACL, but we have 14 players that we can put on the floor in any given night and give us great minutes, and that's a big um, a big time asset to have having 14. Now they're young, right?
Right,
And a
right.
lot of them are young, but at the same time, they can play. They can put the ball in the basket. They can defend. They're long and they're relentless. So I see that as just a big value for us to have to be able to look at the bench and know that I'm going to get some valuable minutes from each and every one of the young ladies that's coming off.
It feels like the depth really showed this past weekend in your ability to, with a few of those bigger pieces missing, still find a way to dig down, dig deep on the bench, and find some people to give you some quality minutes because just about everybody that contributed that had played this past weekend, and you don't get two wins without them on the road, right?
We don't get it without them, and they understood that, and they came to the battle, and they battled, and they fought, and they kept punching like we talked about.
Well, coming up, you get two in a row here at home. It's first on Saturday at 1 o'clock against North Alabama, then Monday night at 7 p.m. against league leaders FGCU. These two teams, North Alabama's pretty good too, 5-2 in the conference, and they're sitting currently tied for second place. You're knocking on the door. You're right there, just a game behind. This conference really in the top like 5-6 teams are all pretty knotted up there. Really a big opportunity here this weekend, is it not, for you all to make a statement?
Very big opportunity for us as far as seeding is concerned, and we want to make sure we go in there and attack every aspect of the game. We want to make sure that we're solid defensively. We want to make sure that we're solid on the offensive end as well, and we want to attack and be us, but be us to our best ability and be us to our maximum potential. That's what we want to make sure we do as we prepare to get into the a tough little part of the conference schedule. These are two tough teams.
Oh,
And
yeah.
North Alabama is a tough senior Latin team. Same thing with Florida Gulf Coast. But right now we focus on North Alabama, and we have to be totally locked in and focused going into that.
What do the Lions do particularly well that you have to prepare for?
They really, really, really do a good job in transition. Transition offense is their thing. They run, so they want to get out and run and kind of make you play defense in the full court, so to speak. So if they get a rebound, we got to make sure that we're getting back and we're back in transition to make sure they guard. And then they got some key pieces. The Wallen twins are good, and then they got some kids that came in. That transferred in or are newcomers that came in that can shoot the ball well. So they can shoot it and they try to spread you out offensively, but they really, really, really want to get out in transition. They're a good team in transition. So we stop that and then we take care of business on our end, other floor offensively. It should be a good battle.
Do you feel like with some of the depth that you have, and then with the way you play, that this shouldn't be too unfamiliar to you to be able to handle transition D?
No, I don't think at all. I just think we have to do a better job of rebounding the basketball.
Yeah.
Once we rebound the basketball, when we do in that, it's limited to them in transition. And I'm talking about offensive rebounding.
Yeah, yeah.
We got to go in there and grab the ball, and, get a couple rebounds and get a couple putbacks and finish some plays so that we can get back and get set or get into our pressure.
I tell you what, it's hard to play transition offense when you're taking the ball out of the basket all night long.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And that is that'll be a key on Saturday for sure. You guys had an opportunity on the road we like to talk about this. But where were you able to maybe enjoy yourself with a little bit of
What did we do?
delicacies up
What did
in
we
you're in
do?
the
What did
Atlanta
we
area
do?
and the Nashville area?
Oh yes. Where were we? Was this Nashville?
Yeah, yeah.
Italian restaurant, Amerigo's.
Okay.
Uh,
Good
it's
stuff.
oh, it's great. It was great. I had a chicken ravioli with some fried artichokes. It was amazing.
Wow.
I tried something new. It was
Yeah,
amazing,
yeah.
man. So it was really good. I try not to do too much fried,
Mm.
but the artichokes were amazing. I don't go to a restaurant and ask for artichoke,
No, I
right?
don't think I've ever done that.
And I thought it was chicken when they put it on my plate. I'm like, I
Uh-huh.
didn't order any fried chicken. But anyway, they put the artichokes on it and it was pretty good.
Now, did
Yeah.
that come as a recommendation from someone else, or you just pick it on your own?
No, Amerigo's was a recommendation.
Yeah, yeah, but the
and I
dish
looked at
itself.
the dish itself. I just went on a limb, man.
Yeah.
It's time to take chances, baby. That's what we
Hey,
do.
that's beautiful. You know,
Yeah.
what are we at if we're not willing to try new things?
Exactly.
And maybe that's a road-winning dish now
Hey,
for you
yeah,
going
I
forward.
might do it every time.
That's awesome. He is head coach Darnell Haney. The women's basketball team here at home at Swisher Gym for its next two contests. First on Saturday at 1 o'clock against North Alabama. Then on Monday night, 7 o'clock against FGCU. Two of the top teams in the league. Should figure to be two really competitive battles here as we enter the second half of league play and start to sort this thing out a little bit here over the course of the next couple of weeks, Coach.
Yeah, we need everybody in Duval to be in the gym to help us take care of both of these games. I think Saturday we need to pack the gym people. We need to make sure we're in the building. Let's bring everybody, bring the family, bring the kids. Let's scream, let's cheer, let's get us to play, let's chant defense, and let's get us these two W's.
Looking for some home court advantage here this weekend starting on Saturday. He's head coach Darnell Haney. I'm Scott Manzi. This has been the Relentless Podcast.